My name is Kai Peters. I'm the CEO, founder of hiplending.com. I am here today in Dubai meeting the founders, the co-founders of Cbx our new partnership arrangement in releasing or introducing our company to the market via an initial exchange offering. So over the course of the next couple of minutes, I'm going to make the introductions of the two new partners and explain why we're working together and what we're looking to achieve over what duration. I'll start with you, Ming.
Sure.
It's great to be in partnership, we're really excited about what's happening. For the benefit of everybody else watching, can you explain a little bit about your background?
Sure. I've been in the financial industry for more than 20 years. I was managing the Kuala Lumpur Stock Exchange in Malaysia, and then 2007 I came to Dubai. What an experience in Dubai. I've been in the Dubai growing commodities market, managing the business development team. Last year I came out in 2018 to form this company, and one of the things that I want to look at is literally two schools of thoughts. One is I believe in blockchain.
Yeah.
You know, the things that are going on definitely is going to help the next generation. It's no longer me, it's about my next generation. Apart from that, I'm very lucky to have Mohammed as my partner getting into the industry. One of the things that we wanted to create is for CBX, it's not about listing 200 tokens. It's about choosing good products, good asset, offer it to the public. That is the main bread and butter of what we are trying to achieve.
One of the things I really liked in the onboarding process with you guys when we were doing the selection phase was the fact that you're very particular about the people you work with, and you don't engineer multiple IEO listings. You bring in the right product for the right environment for your right investor groups, and you take it to market over a controlled and managed period of time. And Mohammed, before we get into the detail, please introduce yourself.
Well, I was with Ming. We worked together in Dubai Global Commodities Exchange. Prior to that, I was trading equities in the US market on options, particularly on options. So when the exchange was initially launched in Dubai, back in end of 2005, I was like, okay, this is a good opportunity to learn how the exchange functions, to see on the other side how it works. And that's where I joined the exchange. I was heading the MENA region, so I was looking around that area. And I learned a lot from the exchange and how it functions. And this is one of the things with Ming, and I think we started to create CBX, and we launched CBX. We felt that there was a need in the market for traditional experience to be put in place, because a lot of people were doing a lot of things which were not right. And they were inexperienced. And there were a lot of inexperienced players in the market. So we had to bring in some sort of ethics.
Well, in an unregulated environment.
Exactly, to bring in some ethics. So the way we look at things is more on an ethical background. So we work on an ethical thing from what we learned from the exchange. So we go by that.
Okay. The two touch points for me in that is the relevance of the exchange itself and the background of the people within the exchange. Because within the HIP lending, we have a serious management team which lends itself to operating gold lending businesses, for instance, up to some of these companies 65 years old in operation. So there's a lot of intelligence there. We have people with trading, investment banking experience, exchange experience, crypto experience. We have a wealth of experience. So when we look to partner with somebody, we look to get at a deeper level where the relevance is not just within the product and what we're looking to achieve, but also in the skill sets of the team, because it means we can achieve much more. As Ming and Mohammed and I have been discussing in detail, and are quite excited about what's happening. In relation to when you were looking at this problem, Ming, that we're tackling, you come from collateralized, commodities background. You can see the benefits of a system like this. Right?
Yes, that's right. Let me just talk a bit about why we want to partner HIP. One of the reasons that we look at is when we go through projects, we screen through a few things, and we look at the promoter, like you, the backgrounds of all the promoters. We also look at the proposal or the white paper, how good it is, and what are the things, what are the key problems that the promoter is trying to solve. Mm-hmm. We also look at the community, the backings. How is it a good project, and how are they going to get mass adoption? And lastly is how would the community impact affected by this project. Mm-hmm. So we felt that for HIP, in terms of go market, collateralized lending, property collateralized lending, it will be a big market for those unbanked ones. Mm-hmm. That's for sure. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Apart from that, it's actually happened on a natural day to day in a lot of the developing countries. So it's actually putting a structure for those that are already existed into a proper process. Yeah. And I think that is one of the key factors that strike us as well. And obviously when we choose any projects to be listed with us, we always meet each other. Mm-hmm. Any projects, I will definitely talk to them and understand the key areas, the issues, what are the problems, and how we're going to facilitate. In terms of funding, I also believe that what we want to serve any project, especially HIP, is connecting different networks. Mm-hmm. So that's the way that it works very well, working forward. Yeah.
So Mohammed, one of the other reasons we want to work with you guys is because of the regulatory side of it. The crypto world, well, let's just say for a long time it's been wild, right? It's like a crazy space. So we want to work with a company that has an understanding of that, and you guys do, but also an understanding of crypto. So can you explain to me, your approach and your mentality on regulation?
Well, for us at CBX, we're always looking at exceeding, and exceeding by regulatory-wise as well. And now this is cascaded from top to bottom. And what do I mean by top to bottom? Sheikh Mohammed bin Rashid, the ruler of Dubai, for him, he's always passionate about being number one. Mm-hmm. So there's a very famous thing that he was at a conference and he asked the people there that, who was the first man that walked on the moon? And everybody was like, Neil Armstrong. He's like, everybody knows that. He said, who was the second person that walked on the moon? And it was what? Nobody knew the thing. He says, exactly. Yeah. Who cares who was the second person? Yeah. It's number one. And that's why Dubai has to be number one. So Dubai, whatever Dubai does, it drives towards being the first thing. That philosophy, that kind of thinking has cascaded down to us as well. And this is generally here in Dubai. So that's why Dubai is a very dynamic city, right? And we're striving for being the best. Yeah. And also this comes down to regulations. The government, we are very fortunate to have visionary leaders and the leaders who have a vision, right? And with this vision, it has actually laid down the path for regulations as well. So we have the federal regulators, which is Securities and Commodities Authority. They're looking at regulations. We have the ADGM. They have already come up with regulations as well. And we're working very closely with the federal regulators for them to come regulations for the crypto for thing. And so when we looked at HIP is a regulated entity, and we felt that it's a very good fit for us at CBX because we would like to partner up with regulated or structured companies. Yeah,
because there is no choice really. We love the openness of crypto, but that brings its own problems. There's got to be a middle ground, right? And that you and I are working towards that middle ground, where there's freedom, there's safety.
Exactly.
Basically.
And that's what Dubai is about.
The other reason we want to work with you guys is because as a company, we only want to raise what's right for the company.
That's right.
Okay, there is no greed in this for us. We have a history in property. We're now into a fintech space. We want to work with companies that have a similar mentality. And of course, the success of your your previous IEOs, you have only a few. You take them through a very strict and well-managed process. Tell me a little bit about the success of some of these stories.
Sure. So on November 11 is going to be our first anniversary, and one of the things that we do over the last 12 months is actually pop up what is good value for investors and users to look at. There were a lot of lessons learned along the different months, but at the same time we managed to get one of the projects that raised $10.5 million through us, and for us actually it's a win-win. They brought about 200,000 users to us.
Great.
Which is fantastic. So on that case, the thing that we look at is it's not about quantity, because we are not able to compete with unregulated voice that look for 300 listings a year. Every day there's listing. We can't compete. We are there to be a boutique sexy exchange. For us to create value for both project and the exchange.
Yeah, nice. So, and with that, we come to an end of this great interview with Mohammed and with Ming. And obviously it's call to action now. So we have a private placement round up to the 15th of December, and then the public round beginning mid-Feb to the end of Feb. We're looking for your participation. So please get involved. You'll find the material on the website. You can contact Cbx directly. You can actually contact us too through social media channels, etc. We will be releasing content over a period of time, more and more. But basically, thank you very much for your time, and we really look forward to working together. So, Mohammed, thank you very much.